Greetings, everyone. Praise God. Today, I want us to look at prayer because it's very, very important as a Christian to know how to pray. Because when you pray amiss, you'll find there are many times things are not going well. There's unanswered prayer. You have to have a good relationship with God. You have to know who you're praying to. You have to know who you are. And that's what I'll read from Matthew chapter 6, verse 5 to 13. This is the Message translation. It's important to understand what is prayer so that you have an effective communication between you and your God. It says, "And when you come before God, don't turn that into a theatrical production either. All these people making a regular show out of their prayers, hoping for 15 minutes of fame. Do you think God sits in a box seat? Here's what I want you to do. Find a quiet, secluded place so you won't be tempted to role play before God. Just be there as simply and honestly as you can manage. The focus will shift from you to God, and you'll begin to sense His grace. The world is full of so called prayer warriors who are prayer ignorant. They are full of formulas and programs and advice, peddling techniques for getting what you want from God. Don't fall for that nonsense. This is your Father you are dealing with, and He knows better than you what you need. With a God like this loving you, you can pray very simply." So there are many ways that maybe we have learned over the years that pray shouting, pray doing what? But God is saying, I am your Father. Just the same way you'd come and talk to me. I wouldn't expect you to come shouting at me, come screaming, kicking, clapping your hands. So imagine you clapping, shouting, and all that as though your God is deaf. He's not deaf, He can hear you. In that prayer closet, in that just alone time when you're just talking to Him. It's like saying, Daddy, I need this, I love you, Daddy, and all that. You don't need to shout. He can hear you. He doesn't have a problem with his ears. So maybe there are many formulas we have been following over the years, and we have been praying amiss. God is saying there's no need of all that theatrics. Just approach Him as a child approaches their father, and you speak. Then another thing you have to understand, it is a communication, in that you're not just coming presenting your order, your tall order, it's like a shopping list, and then you leave Him. No, it's two-way. This communication is two-way. So when you're speaking to Him, expect also an answer. He'll also speak back to you. Then secondly, no, he's a God who answers prayers. So you might maybe have been praying in amiss for so long that you're not even expecting or believing he can answer you, but He actually is a God who answers. Then thirdly, He already knows what you're about to pray to Him about. He already knows all your needs and concerns, but He still enjoys a moment when you come approaching Him with your issues, presenting Him before your Father. Then fourthly, don't seek for a sign in prayer. Pray already, having known that it is already done, because He said even before you prayed, He already answered you. So just know it is done. Just know it is done. Don't ask Him, show me a sign. Show me something that I know you have heard me. No, understand, He's such a wonderful God. If a father already, if a child goes and asks for something, the father doesn't give him a stone. He gifts him, he does something for his child. What more your Father? So understand that He has already done it for you. Another point is that prayer isn't prayed with options. Don't go to God with options that in case this fails, I have plan B. No, go knowing this is it. I have no other way. This is it, God, I need you. If you don't answer this prayer, I don't know what I will do. So approach Him without having options that in case it fails, it will never fail. Have faith in this God, trust in Him. And another point is Don't have repetitive prayers or vain prayers. Be precise. Be precise with what you want or what you're asking God about or what you want to talk about. Be precise with Him. Don't be vain or repeating over and over and over. He can hear you, He listens, He knows and understands your needs. And part of prayer is listening. So after you pray, listen, have expectation that He's going to respond back to you. And if your prayer will only benefit you, then it won't be answered. So understand, also God is looking at it like what is there for Him also. How will He benefit? So attach whatever it is that you're praying for, attach it with His business. If you're praying for this marriage, what is it for? Say you want to a partner, you can worship God together. If you're praying for children, say you want your children to serve Him. If you're asking for a car, attach it to His business. Say so that I can be going for keshas, I can be going, for meetings for church and all that. If it's a house, show God that you want a bigger house because you want to be doing fellowships and all that. So make your prayers precise, know who you're praying to, and understand He's a loving Father. He loves you and he's expectant. He wants to hear His child talking to Him. So be blessed with that word.